The world is full of two things: problems and people who are too lazy to solve them. There are a finite number of people that exist that have the necessary skills to solve really big problems around the world, like climate change, starvation, and poverty. But what if we could have a society of people that were as strong as The Rock and as smart as Albert Einstein? Wouldn't that literally supercharge humanity? Way back in like 1859, this really smart old English dude named Charles Darwin published his theory of evolution. Basically what it stated is that humans evolved from single-celled organisms into Homo sapiens. So me and my friend Gurjob sat down and started thinking about this a few weeks ago. If we've come that far, what's next for humanity? How much are we going to evolve? Are we going to become like amphibians? Are we going to be able to like fly? And why can't we just accelerate that process? If we could make humanity smarter and stronger, faster, why wouldn't we want to do that? Let's take a step back and think about how much that would advance civilization. If we had 7 billion people that had the same IQ as Albert Einstein, think about how productive the world would be. And that's why we decided to start Darwyn, which is a company aimed at accelerating the shit out of humanity through genetic enhancement. You're probably thinking, well, how the hell are you going to make me smarter and how are you going to make me stronger? And we're going to using two different really cool technologies: CRISPR-Cas9 and lipid-based nanoparticles. And using these two things, we're going to make you genetically stronger and smarter with just 2 pills. The pills are called Kratos and Koios. Kratos is our strength pill. It uses CRISPR-Cas9 to find genes that influence the muscle fibers in your body and replaces those genes with one of 2, ACE and ACNT3. Basically, these genes are really common amongst the strongest and most athletic people in the world. But how exactly are we going to do this? And we're going to be using this really cool thing called lipid-based biodegradable synthetic nanoparticles. That's a lot of words I just threw at you, but basically what that means is that lipid is basically a fat, and it's a fat-based nanoparticle that's really small. So we're talking anywhere from 0 to 100 nanometers, or 100 times smaller than the width of a hair. So these lipid-based nanoparticles carry CRISPR-Cas9 encoded with guide RNA through the body and to the cells where they need to be. Because the lipid-based nanoparticles are so small, they pass through something called the phospholipid bilayer, which is another word for like a fat bilayer or semi-permeable membrane that surrounds a cell. When the lipid-based nanoparticle enters that, it's soluble with it, so it dissolves, allowing the guide RNA to take the CRISPR to the nucleus of the cell, where it finds, cuts, and snips the gene it needs to change and replaces it with, in this case with the Kratos pill, either the ACE gene or the ACNT3 gene. Koios is our intelligence pill. It's a little bit different from the strength pill because the brain is a lot more complicated than your muscles. In the brain, we have to replace around 52 different genes. But the beauty of lipid-based nanoparticles in this situation is that they can pass directly through something called the blood-brain barrier. Think about the blood-brain barrier like the Great Wall of China of your brain. It basically prevents harmful stuff from possibly getting into your brain. But because lipid-based nanoparticles are so small, they can deliver CRISPR-Cas9 directly to the brain with up to a 90% efficiency rate. That's crazy because previous CRISPR-Cas9 delivery methods were injected somewhere around the ear and had a success rate of around 40%. The initial cost of these pills is going to be anywhere between $500 and $1,000, which is pretty cheap considering you're genetically stronger and smarter for life. But Darwin's mission was never to just supercharge first world countries, because people living in developing countries aren't going to be able to afford a product like this. So over the next 2 to 5 years, one of our biggest goals is to increase efficiency and lower cost. By increasing efficiency, we can increase guarantees of CRISPR delivery by up to 99%. And once more of the products get purchased, we can therefore drop the price so that we can supercharge all of humanity. But in the next 10 to 20 years, we're looking to move towards a much more different goal. Chances are, if you haven't been living under a rock, you've heard of something called the singularity. And basically what that is that's the merging of humanity and artificial intelligence. And I know to a lot of people that seems like a really scary concept, but I think that we should embrace it. Artificial intelligence is exponentially better at processing data than us. And the faster that we can merge our brain with artificial neural networks, the faster humanity can grow as a species. Our goal for the next 10 to 20 years is to make the human brain more receptive to artificial neural networks. If we can replace neural networks in the brain with artificial ones, we can process data and make decisions exponentially faster than we could before. That would literally change the way the world works. We could have flying cars in a period of 6 months instead of 16 years. That's crazy. TLDR, Darwyn is a company aimed at growing humanity exponentially by leveraging genetic enhancement. And our plan over the next 2 to 5 years is to roll out 2 pills, Koios and Kratos, which are aimed at making humanity stronger and smarter. And in the next 10 to 20 years, we're looking at making the human brain more receptive to artificial neural networks so that we can make the singularity come faster. The fact that we alone have the potential to speed up human evolution gets me super excited about our future, and I can't wait to start working on it.